Hey folks, welcome to another VR video. I've got PowerWash Simulator VR here tonight, and I've got YouTube chat live. Hello, Michelle. Thank you for joining me to at least test. I played this game. I was the first person to play this. I built my own Vorpex profile for the original PowerWash Simulator, and now the game itself is available in virtual reality. Obviously, I've already crouched. I'm not really following the movement direction. Push and hold. Yeah, I did that. Target area, okay. Teleport to the final target area, great. Thank you. Hey GT, thanks for joining. Have you played this yet? I really don't want to do the tutorial. That's cool though that it stays on kind of like an auto wash mode here. Like I already cleaned the door. Alright. And I can crouch. Whoops. I crouched and teleported at the same time there. Get this little dog bowl. Yeah, the tutorial is pretty bad. I didn't realize that it was going to drop me into this. And then the Y button to highlight any remaining dirt. And then I see that wristwatch, thanks. Probably going to go larger. Larger. There we go. And then height. Grab it a little bit higher. There we go. Left grip. I'm going to see if I can just exit the tutorial because... Start career. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to clean this van. Why am I on Quest Pro? That's a good question. I am on Quest Pro because my Quest 3 will not update my app library. So I don't have the ability to install this particular game. So I'm playing on Quest Pro instead. I believe it's the same game in Quest 3 as it is on Quest Pro. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me actually, GT. Is there a Quest 3 specific update for this one? This is the same van that I actually did way back in the day when the original PowerWash Simulator came out. So this shouldn't take too long, I'd hope. I have not linked my YouTube account. I'm using the Go Live option, and I just used a stream key to access all of this. When I was testing this feature, yes, I did, because that was the only way I could get it to work, but I've unlinked everything just in case I have the wrong channel settings set up, because I don't want to go live inadvertently with an incorrect channel and cause havoc. Honestly, it looks about the same as the PC game did in Vorpex. Doesn't seem to be that different, to be honest. I guess there's a little bit more. I mean, obviously it's not rendering the textures as high quality as the PC version would have. But when I played the PC version, it was basically brand new and early access. So it didn't really have the most recent features and graphics. Why can't I get under this? Let's turn this off for a second here. There we go. Yeah, I think that's true. It does seem like the anti-aliasing might be, I don't want to say turned off, but maybe lacking some of it. Because I think if it was completely turned off, it would be just glare everywhere. But that may also be because it's running on a standalone. I do have to say, though, using motion controllers with this is much better than it was playing without it. Let's get up on the stool here. Yeah, I played with just a standard gamepad with Vorpex. Literally, I think like the day the PC version of this game came out, just to kind of do a proof of concept, like, hey, this might be good in VR. And played this exact same van level back then. And it plays pretty much the same today. There's not really all that much different. But, like, that window reflection on the roof here is definitely a little distracting. Otherwise, at least for this van level, it really doesn't look that different from the PC version. At least in headset. Let's get down over here. So far, I've made a whole $19. Yeah, developers sometimes slip. Do you know if it's got, does it have all the DLC and things, or is it just the main game? because I played some of the DLC for the first time. I haven't purchased the DLC on PC. I played some of it at PAX West and had a lot of fun with the Final Fantasy DLC. It's pretty cool stuff. You can clean some of the vehicles from Final Fantasy VII. Ah, that makes sense. And some of the DLC, like that Final Fantasy VII DLC, actually happened because Square Enix is doing some of the publishing. So that might be... I haven't tried the Back to the Future DLC. That wasn't available yet to play. But it looks pretty cool. I saw some footage of it. I feel like I'm actually cleaning the YouTube window. That's the one thing with the YouTube Go Live that I'm not super happy about is no matter where you position that window, it's still kind of in the way. I wanted it to be somewhere I could actually read it so that I could just chill and play this. But even if you put it on the left or the right or the bottom, it's always kind of somewhere in the view. And I haven't figured out a way to adjust it so that it's like a peak, which you can do with some of the third-party tools, of course. What's left? Are we done? Doors, windows, and wing mirrors. Okay. There's that. Okay. We got windows done. I'm assuming the other wing mirror is probably the dirty one. There's this also. Yeah, this is the culprit right here. And there we go, job complete. Now I have to open the tablet, and I actually don't remember. I think it's this. There we go. Cool. So you earned 150 bucks on that one. All right, man. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, GT. Gonna work on the back garden here. So I'm clearly not going to do this whole back garden tonight because it'll probably kill my battery if I do that. But we'll start with the little doghouse that was in the tutorial that I abruptly got out of. I'm sure that's going to come back to bite me at some point that I didn't finish the tutorial, right? I'm pretty sure the tutorial is just saying how to clean things, though, and I seem to be doing an alright job of that. I haven't changed any of my power washer nozzles or things of that nature because this one seems to be fairly effective. I do also want to mention, I played the game Pressure Washer that's available on App Lab as well, and it's pretty good. So if you get this game and you want more of a similar vein, that one works pretty well. There's also a Steam game that recently came out. I think it's like PowerWash Adventure VR. It's got all these like weird, yes, the doghouse does seem pretty sturdy. It's got all these weird like anime style items in it. But it also directly rips off some of the Power Wash Simulator levels. Like the Mars rover is in it, and a couple other weird things. It doesn't say what's left to clean. That's because obviously I have a lot more than just a doghouse to clean, don't I? Let's go ahead and start on the ground here. It's exactly what my footprints look like on my front yard. But yeah, this one, when it initially came out, there were a lot of people streaming this game. I seem to recall, I think we watched Gary Whitta stream this a lot when it originally came out. I don't see a lot of people still playing it regularly, but particularly when a DLC comes out, like even when we were at PAX West, it was pretty popular in the nice duck. Pretty popular in the PC free play area to be able to play this particular title, and almost everybody was playing different DLC portions because obviously most of those I think cost money. Honestly, I haven't played the game in a while on PC, so I don't know which ones cost money and which ones don't. I know they have added DLC that was free, but I believe they added some that has a cost to it. I remember when I played this on PC, it was part of this fence actually that I missed, and I hadn't again I skipped the tutorial. I hadn't followed the tutorial, and I didn't realize there was a button combination that I could hit to see what dirt was remaining, and it drove me nuts because it was like 94% complete or something like that, and I couldn't figure out where the other 6% was, and it ended up being parts of this particular fence here that just still had some dirt on it. But I like the adaptation so far. This is the first I've jumped into this one. I was excited for it, so I wanted to jump in and stream for a little while as opposed to prepare a video. Just because it's kind of a chill game. It's one that I don't have to worry about fail states. Like I can just stop and look at chat anytime I want to, and it's been a while since I've used the Quest Pro also, so it's interesting kind of jumping back into this headset after using the Quest 3 for a month or so. I still really like this headset. I know a lot of people dismiss the Quest Pro, but there's still definitely a use case for it, whether it be for social VR or if you want the more open periphery. I feel like there are already options for that open periphery now, though, on the Quest 3, particularly if you like buy a Bobo strap or a Kiwi strap. There's ways to take the facial interface off. But that's one thing I will say is the Quest 3 does put a bit of pressure on my face, which I do not like. Not really a whole lot I can do about that unless I remove the facial interface. But that's one of the things I really like about the Quest Pro that some people hate is it puts the pressure on my forehead and not on the cheeks and portions of my face that really are impacting my sinuses. The other thing I like about the Quest Pro is everything's kind of self-contained with internal batteries. I've got that now because I have the Quest 3 charging dock, but that's another $130 cost. This also has the Touch Pro controllers, which again would be a $300 cost added on top of the Quest 3. So at least for most games and experiences today, honestly, the overall cost between the two devices is not that far off. I wouldn't encourage picking up a Quest Pro unless you want the eye tracking, facial tracking, and Touch Pro features primarily. And also, the local dimming with the black levels and things of that nature can be a little bit better with the Quest Pro over the Quest 3. Pancake lenses are basically the same, but the comfort, the fit is different. I always encourage folks to try devices before they buy if possible, because you don't know how it's going to fit on your face. You don't want to commit to 5 or I think the Quest Pro is still officially around $1,000, so you don't want to spend $1,000 on something. Hey Sean, thanks for dropping in. I also love this game. I have not played the VR version, and I haven't played the PC version honestly that much as well. Yeah, this map is super challenging. I was talking a little bit earlier about how when I first played this on PC, I got stuck on a portion of the fence over on the left-hand side, and I didn't know how you could see the dirt with the little Y button on the Quest controllers. I don't remember what button it was on. I think it was probably the Y button on the Xbox controller as well. And man, I was stuck. I was at like 94% for hours trying to figure that out. But yeah, these bigger levels, they eat up a lot of time. It's satisfying though, and it's relaxing. That's what I like about this game is it's pretty chill. Yeah, it's like the little dirt on the left, exactly. You never know where that dirt is unless you search around the whole garden. I wish there were like arrows, a way to put like a visor on or something, and see like a direction of where's it dirty in this garden. But yeah, I don't usually live stream because I usually play games that I need to focus on, and I'm not the best gamer on earth. So it's like I don't want to fail and then fail and then fail and then fail. It's not a very fun live stream. So I tend to save live streaming for things like Tetris Effect, which I play a ton, and then games like this where it is chill, where I can just go in and complete an activity or something while I'm chatting. Even these chairs are like, you never know where the dirt is. There's like little nooks and crannies and little corners that unless you're really paying attention, you're not going to find. And I think you have to have the whole table clean before it will. Yeah, the whole patio has to be clean actually before it will ding. So it's like you have to move around all the furniture and the whole set here, which can be quite the challenge to figure out like what's still dirty. There's also just something like just the like water noise. It's kind of relaxing as well. It's like a great chill out after work or before bed or things of that nature type of thing. Like, and I guess moving your arm up and down like this can also be. It's not really exercise. I was gonna say it could also be a little bit of exercise, but it's not really. It's just repetitive movement. Let's move a little closer to the table here. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how many calories you're burning, but it does feel like, I'm holding something in my hand as I'm doing this. And the repetitive motion is, it's got a little bit of muscle strain. Time to move. The other thing I keep forgetting is I can just do the auto with the grip where it stays with the water on. So I've been actually pressing the trigger the whole time. It's more realistic. My controller drifted a little bit there. That's not normal with the Touch Pro, but it has been a while since I used it. I've kept stock with the Touch Plus with the Quest 3. My batteries died after about 3 weeks, and Meta had sent over the charging dock. So I checked out the charging dock, and I've installed the batteries from the charging dock for the first time, and I don't know. I don't really like the charging dock all that much, to be honest. It feels kind of clunky, and I can't get it to sit right with the Elite strap, which is what I have installed right now. So I may just switch to normal rechargeable batteries. But I was surprised. Usually the Quest, the original touch controller batteries would last like a month and a half. I don't know if it's because of the additional haptics or what, but I felt like the Quest 3 Touch Plus controllers, the battery life was not, I mean, it's still awesome having 3 weeks of battery life, but it felt like the batteries died a bit faster than I expected, which is also something I can say about the Quest 3 as a whole. Like, the battery life, at least on the stock battery, is pretty low. Which is another reason why the Quest Pro is a little bit better for me, because it doesn't die quite as fast. But I do have the ability to just plug in from right here as well. I think the additional processing power in the new chip for the Quest 3 really eats the battery. I know they added, and unfortunately I don't have access to version 59 yet, but they added more of a battery saver mode. Like, the battery saver mode that's in there from launch is really just like dim the screens a bit, basically. And I think it locks it to 90 hertz. Like, you can't do 120 hertz mode. With the battery saver that ships stock with the Quest 3, but they enhanced that a bit, I believe, with version 59. And it's a Quest 3 exclusive feature, so I can't test that with Quest Pro or Quest 2. And again, right now, my Quest 3, I can't update. Even if the update becomes available, I don't think I'm going to be able to update. I know some folks have had version 59 rollout to the Quest 3, but it's not at 100% rollout, and for some reason I got lucky this time, and I have to go to the other side. I'm like, why is the trellis not considered clean? It's because there's an entire other side of the trellis. Get to that in a moment here. Over here a little bit. Yeah, Quest Pro's a really good headset, and in some cases, I do prefer the mini LED in the Quest Pro to the LCD in the Quest 3. It's just bad because I don't want to say, like, buy 15 headsets for 15 different use cases. Only crazy people like me do that. I want there to be one size that fits all for folks, and I want it to be something that's affordable and something that people are going to want to pick up and use every day. And as much as I love VR, I don't know that we're there for the overall general consumer right now. Like, I love the fact that there's so much right now and still coming for gamers. I also love the fact that you can do, like, art and architecture builds and crazy stuff with kind of 3D mapping around your space. Like, you could actually replace entire sections. When I was at Adobe Max last year, Shapes VR, Shapes XR, rather, was there, and they basically dropped in one of their conference rooms into the exhibit hall, and they were able to do that in a way that almost blended seamlessly, even though, of course, it was through the pass-through, so it's not perfect, but it looked really good. It was impressive that, that type of application exists at all, but it's also one of those things that's like, this is still the beginning stages of this stuff. One day it's going to just be seamless and easy, and hopefully this type of technology will become something that is practical to use on a regular basis. And that's what I really want to see with VR. All right, I think this side of the patio is mostly done. Did I get that fence over there? Yeah, I did. The fences are the things that I mostly neglect in this game for some reason. We're 50% cleaned. Play a little bit longer, but this is one of those pretty complex levels. So I don't know if I'll finish this tonight. I'll squat down in here. Let's see, can I go? Yeah, there we go. Get this nice and clean, get some fish in this little pond. I wonder why it's doing that. Kind of jumping up there. I think it was because I was in the side there in that little groove. But yeah, in a way, it was kind of cool that I was able to install this on my Quest Pro. I love the fact that these games, I know some people have criticized that there's not any Quest 3 exclusive titles, but not everybody can afford a Quest 3. So having the ability to boot this up in the Quest Pro or even on the Quest 2, I don't think this particular game is going to have much of a difference in the experience, which is great, because games like this, there's hours and hours of gameplay in a pretty polished title, obviously, and one that's known. Like, people are well aware of PowerWash Simulator. It's not a random indie game that nobody's heard of. It's a fairly popular game with backing and support from Square Enix. So it's really cool to see titles like this come out. And just in general, like, this quarter has been crazy for new games. Another one I haven't had the chance to play yet because I've had the install bug issue on Quest 3 is Vampire the Masquerade Justice, which is also out this week. And that one I played a bit of at PAX West, and I just had a ton of fun with it. And it's got kind of that Thief or Dishonored vibe to it. So, like, you can play stealthy, or you can like go all out and just bite everything and fight everything. So like different play styles as you're playing through the game can reward you different ways. In fact, there's even like pacifist modes and things of that nature, like different goals you can unlock as you're playing, which is cool. And of course, recently we had Journey to Foundation came out. I'm about 2 hours into that one. That's one of the first things that I really envisioned VR would be used for, is like having you play an actual role. Hey, Eric or Todd or both. I'm really enjoying this one. It's a lot of fun. This is one of the titles that I really thought was suited for VR when it came out on PC, and I'm super glad that there is finally a real VR implementation, even if it is a separate game. Have you tried this one, Eric? Yeah, that's kind of what happened with me. I was like, I want to chill out and sort of relax a bit, and I have this game key. I gotta say though, with motion controllers, this game is a ton better than playing it on PC. Here a bit. Yeah, I'm using the Quest Pro. My Quest 3 has a app library installation bug right now. So any new titles that I've either gotten access to or purchased recently, I can't load on the Quest 3 right now. They're hoping that when version 59 firmware comes out, that my Quest 3 will recognize that there's a new firmware and that it might fix the problem. I don't really want to attempt a factory reset because I've got a bunch of save game progress, and I don't know when this kind of offline bug happened, and I don't want to go back and replay all those titles. And SideQuest would not allow me to back it up for some reason, which was a little frustrating. So I've got like unlocks from Tetris Effect from weekend events that I won't be able to get for another year or so, and hours of progress on Samba de Amigo and a bunch of other games that I just don't want to go back and replay. So I'm going to hold out and see how the V59 rollout goes and see if it'll fix it before I resort to factory resetting, and it still might not work. So I have tried the side quest fix. It still, I mean, it recognizes the headset in side quest, and you know, a few things. will back up. A few things will there's a lot of things that do work, but the titles that have cloud backup, for some reason, it will not allow me to access the data for those titles at all. Um, and obviously, we don't have root access to get into those files, so I don't know, it's frustrating. But I'm thankful I have other headsets. Like, I can go in and this game's going to be basically the same in this device as it is with the Quest 3, so not too big of a deal for now. But for others that are impacted by a bug like that, especially if you're new to VR and you have a Quest 3, it's got to be uber frustrating. And particularly with this time of, I don't even want to say this time of year, but this kind of blitz of new releases, it's like super frustrating if you bought a headset, for example, and you were looking forward to this game or Vampire or Assassin's Creed's coming out. If this isn't fixed by that point, it's going to be crazy. And I also don't know how widespread this issue is. I haven't really looked into it outside of lamenting that mine's been messed up. But man, yeah, if you bought a headset and you're like, I got this headset, I want to play Assassin's Creed, and then Assassin's Creed comes out and you buy it and you can't install it, you're not going to want to play VR on a regular basis. Particularly if you're new to VR and excited about something like that. So I really hope that they can figure out a resolution pretty quickly on that. But yeah, it's 69% cleaned. Might do another 5 or 6%. But yeah, I love the Pro. It's super comfortable for me. I know some people really hate the forehead pad, but it works for my particular face. And I can wear it a lot longer than I can. Well, I mean, the stock Quest 3 is like 20 minutes before I'm screaming that I don't want to wear it anymore. But the Elite strap's pretty decent, at least for me. Again, everybody's facial features and shape, it impacts how each of the different head strap options work, and how they feel and how comfortable they are. And I don't think a lot of people think about that. Like, some people are like, oh, I swear by this one. And it's like, yeah, great. For you, that's wonderful. But for the next person over, maybe their head's a different shape and it doesn't work well. So I try not to like push a specific brand or a specific type. I have the Bobo M3 Pro, which I like purchased the second it became available. But I haven't even taken it out of the box because the Elite straps worked okay for me. And again, I kind of had those bugs that have made it so that I'm not really using the Quest 3 so much. Whoops. That's interesting. Did I just conk out my left controller here? Let's see if I can reset it. Having not used the Touch Pro for a while, yeah, this is an interesting bug. Let's see. See if I can get it to turn off and back on again. Oh, there it goes. Okay, we're back. All right, so we're 70% clean. Now my right controller's kind of doing similar. All right. Yeah, there was a controller update with, I don't know if this is the final version 59 build. I'm in the public test channel for Quest Pro. There isn't one yet for Quest 3, from what I understand. But I got a controller update right as I booted this up. And my controllers have been a little weird as a result, but they're working. I think the left controller, because it's kind of been at my side most of the time, might have fallen asleep there, is what might have caused that. All right. I think after this grill here, we'll probably stop. But this is a fun one. I like the chill vibe of this game. I'll probably stream a bit more of it in the future. And there's so much to PowerWash Simulator. Like, there's so many different things to clean in the game. So this is one I can keep coming back to for quite a while. I do wonder if they have the multiplayer in this. That would actually be cool too. Should check the menu real quick and see. Yeah, it does have co-op. Sweet. That'll be cool. I might organize some co-op in the future. Because then in addition to streaming and talking to chat, you can also chill out with someone else. And this garden scene in particular, because it's such a large one, you can kind of divide and conquer, which is really cool playing in co-op. What are we at? 73% clean. Another 2% here. Let's get over here. It's about 74% clean. They're getting there. I think there's, yeah, the under. Nice, okay. Still 74%, darn. All right, we'll get this side. Ah, there's more there. And more there. Getting closer. Okay, I see a chunk right there. We missed. Let's see if we can. There we go. Man, does not want to give us that last percent. That's cool. We'll figure out a way to get there. I'm gonna go clean this little car. At least partially. See if we can get that last percentage up. Yeah, I like this whole garden scene is really cool because it feels like a family backyard. Just a very dirty family backyard. Everything's covered in grime for some reason. This feels like a little Power Wheels. There we go, 75% clean. I think I'm gonna call it there. Is that a cat on top though? Thought I saw it ran away. I scared it off. Thought there was a cat on top of that little shed. I was going to squirt it. Ah, I found some more grime on the grill there. All right, so we've earned $389. This is a fun one. This is out this week. I guess later today in most areas. I'm in Pacific time, so it's still Wednesday, but it's out the normal release time of 10 a.m. Pacific on Thursday, which is today for most folks. I'm really enjoying this. If you've played the PC version, this is worlds better because of motion controls. If you've never played this game, I definitely suggest checking it out, especially if you're into games that are more chill vibe, play as you go at your own pace. Or if you just want something that's repetitive and relaxing, this is a great game for that. Or it could be super frustrating too, depending on how particular you are and how quickly you want to progress. But this is PowerWash Simulator VR. Many thanks to the folks at Endreams for early access to the title, so I could share this today. And shout out to the MetaQuest Creator Program. Without them, I wouldn't have the Quest Pro that I'm currently using to play this with. I'm going to be back. I actually have a video later today that is not related, or Thursday rather, that is not related to VR. It's a coverage of the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. I picked those up because I had done some demos with them and really enjoyed them, and do a comparison with the old Ray-Ban stories and kind of a feature walkthrough. So that's coming up later today. And then tomorrow I will have a game called Out of Scale, which is an educational title that was made in collaboration with Shell Games, which is another great VR developer. So stay tuned for those, and I've got other stuff coming, of course, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'll probably do a little bit more streaming like this, particularly with games like this where I can chill and interact with folks. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.